Hey again, everybody. So today I'm going to talk about defeat or failure or whatever word that you want to call a shortcoming or not quite attaining a goal or really anything like that. And I want to start off with the quote that I put at the beginning here from Bruce Lee. And this is like probably one of the most famous quotes of all time, but defeat is a state of mind. No one is ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as a reality. Now, it's a quote that I've heard a lot. I'm not sure about the people watching, but I've heard it many times, and I've heard it in a lot of different forms. And so the reason I was thinking about this and that it was on my mind was because recently I'd seen a thing, either on TikTok or on Instagram somewhere, that said, until death, all defeat is psychological. And when I was trying to theorize about what I could do for the title of this video, I went from having that exact phrase as the title. I thought, not until death do we fail, or until death do we fail, and yeah, just a lot of different things. And I settled on defeat exists only in the mind, because that goes better in with what the quote is from Bruce Lee. But I do want to talk about that idea too, that defeat isn't final until we die, and that also kind of makes death sound like it is a defeat when it isn't really. And death is just I guess, the point where then success is no longer possible, or that we will have no more attempts, right? And so recently I've been really trying hard to not, I guess, not accept defeat as quickly. And it's hard to just not accept defeat outright, because there are some things that I ultimately will give up on, or that ultimately I might be wasting my time on. Though I would say that that's a lot fewer things than we might initially think. And especially that comes with when we start something new and we're bad at it, that we think that that's a defeat, so we kind of just we give up quickly. But every person that's ever started that thing started in that same place, right? But I was thinking about this because I have some pretty big plans coming up, and some pretty important life moments are just a few months away. And these things are things that I want to be prepared for. And I know that I have support from family and friends for these things that I have going on. But I myself, I want to be able to support myself. And especially when it comes to money and financials. Now, I am in school, I'm a full time student, and I will be in school for at least another 2 years. And I love what I'm doing, I am having fun with it. But that looming kind of threat of bankruptcy, of homelessness, is really always in the back of my mind. And money is something that I guess until now I never really prioritized, because now that I have these goals set out, I am realizing how unprepared that I am. And so with that, I do have a job that I'm going to be doing, um, but that won't be until the summer. And so in the meantime, I'm trying to get something lined up that I can have just to make some extra money going into that. And I've been on a job search for the past 3 months, pretty much. I've probably applied to over 50 jobs, and it's probably closer to 75 by this point. I put in a application almost every day, just to whatever I find on Indeed or on LinkedIn, and I keep my profiles up to date. I keep my resume up uh, to date, and I've heard back from maybe two places, and it's just felt very disheartening. And I'm supported by my family with school, and all of that is, paid for. And I'm very grateful that I'm even able to do that. I mean, I every day I think about how I can repay that, and that's part of the reason why I want to be successful, is because I want to be able to repay those things. So it's been really hard to not accept that, and to keep putting those applications out and keep kind of just doing the same thing over and over again, and hoping that the next one sticks. But that's why I wanted to think about this quote, is that until I kind of tell myself in my mind, oh, it's never going to happen, or these dreams that I have over the next few months are not going to happen, then that's the only point when it is certain that it will not happen. So with that, I mean, that kind of goes with school too, and with everything else that I'm kind of worried about. And school, definitely, we have a much harder semester, and I am pretty swamped with homework, and I'm working on something pretty much every day. There's some kind of big project that I have to keep in mind that's due at the end of the semester, and I like what I'm doing, so it doesn't really feel like work, but there is the threat of the deadlines and staying on top of it and staying motivated. But until I tell myself, like, oh man, it's not gonna happen, or maybe I should just give up on this, or maybe it will never happen. Until I say those words to myself in my head, it's not over. And it's my choice to say those things, right? So, yeah. But, yeah, so that's just kind of what I've been thinking about. And it's been nice to know how much support that I have, and how many people that I have close to me that want to see me succeed. And so that alone is a big motivator and driving force behind the energy that I have to do these things. And it definitely feels like I have an endless supply of that with how much support that I have. So I'm both very grateful, but also very stressed. And yeah, so yeah, but overall, I would say I'm doing pretty good. I've been pretty on top of my physical health, and by extension, my mental health, other than being stressed out. And I really feel like I'm in the best shape that I've ever been physically. So, yeah. But curious what you guys think. Does defeat only exist in the mind, or are there some defeats that are ultimate, that are physical, that are things that we can't just kind of turn off in our heads? So, yeah. And how do you guys deal with this stuff? But that's about what I have for now. And I was late on this upload. I think I'm a day late, but just because of school and all that stuff. But now that we have the schedule down, I think I will be all right. So that's all I have for today, and I'll see you in the next one.